Okay, ji. Om. Antaryascha bahirvidudatimiram ज्योतिर्मयं शाश्वतं स्थानं प्राप्य विराजते विनमताम् अज्ञानमुन्मूलयन् पश्यन् विश्वमपि इदं मुल्लसति यो विश्वस्य पारे परः तस्मै श्रीरमणाय लोकगुरवे शोकस्य हन्त्रे नमः.
Very nice. Hari Om and welcome to Manana of Upadesa Saram by members of Madalasa AVSC. So while we wait for the others to join, let us start with a few warm-up questions. Okay. So, what is a thought made up of? What is a thought? This whole Upadesha Sara is about thought. I thought. So, what is a thought made up of? What would you say to that? Answer?
I think it is from the
all my
Panchabhuta.
ideas.
Satish is saying something. Next day she can say. Satish.
Whatever we observe in the Panchabhutas, that get reflected as thoughts. The ongoing situations and whatever our senses see, right? That and the happenings with past, present, and also with future, those translate to thoughts.
So you're talking about the content of thought. So thought itself,
Mostly thoughts are all I thoughts. All of them are connected with me. It is my perception, me. Everything is connected to I and the self. So it's a projection of myself again, projection of my own Maya realities being projected.
Okay. Any more thoughts?
The thoughts are the result of ajnana and ego, where this form, name and form, is attached to again name and forms.
That's the only thought, is it?
No.
Enlightened beings also have thoughts. Masters also have thoughts. Is it because of ajnana they have thoughts?
No.
That means
it's a seed. It's a seed also. It's a way of expression. Even if you have to say the Upadesa Saram is also because of a thought.
So we cannot say thought is because of ajnana. No, Nupama. Is that the right sentence? Right expression? Thought is because of ajnana. Is that right?
It is not right.
Not right.
It is a projection of intellect also, because it gets connected to emotions, feelings.
Intellect itself is a thought, by the way.
Okay.
Everything is a thought. BMI is a thought. So, from where is this coming from, Anta? Thought.
Self, from consciousness, from self.
It is a movement. It's a vritti. Vritti, no? It's in Sanskrit, it's called vritti. It's a movement in consciousness. The first movement was what? In consciousness. First movement.
Breathing.
I am.
No. Before all that, pranava. Om.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first movement. Vritti. In that consciousness, which was, absolutely stillness. The first movement in the stillness was supposed to be Om. And Om has 3 syllables, tane? A, U and Ma. And if you look at the Akshara Mala of any regional of our Indian languages, starts with A, ends with And U is the modification in between. All the other letters are modifications of the tongue between A and Ma. That is Om. That is the vritti. That is the first movement in consciousness that occurred. From then everything else came. Shabda Brahma. Simply I'm waiting for this one to join Indra and Rajini. Pata nahi where they have gone. Huh? Okay.
10:30 बजे आएंगे.
Ayo. Okay, I'm just putting out a message. Let us. All right. So I wanted some other question. Nice questions are there on the thought. What is thought made up of? So what is the nature of thought? Yeah, that is the correct question. What is the nature of thought? What is its nature? Like heat is the nature of fire. Coolness is the...
Initiate action. It initiates action. It propels you to do the karma.
Correct.
I mean, not all thoughts be.
Correct. Yeah.
It is fickle. It goes, it is not stationary, it keeps changing.
Chanchala. Correct. Adu sari. Amele. Shaila, what is the nature of thought?
Sorry, madam, there was some disturbance.
Problem.
I just logged in again. What was the question?
What is the nature of thought? We have to go back to the basics. Indra has joined. Hari Om Indra.
Hari
Question
Om
here.
Purnima, sorry. What Purnima ji?
What is the nature of thought and what is it made up of? That was the question we were discussing. What is the nature of thought?
It is the ego
Very
thought.
chanchal.
With only...
Chanchal. Yes, Shaila?
It is the ego thought with BMI.
Okay.
And when it goes to the pure thought, it is Ishvara ego.
Correct.
And finally, it is only pure consciousness.
Yeah. Very well said, Shaila. That is the correct expression. For anything, what is something, if you ask, the only answer is it is consciousness. There is nothing else. Thought is also consciousness only. Because there is nothing else. Is there anything else apart from awareness or consciousness or Brahman? Nothing.
Is a reflected consciousness?
Atsari. But it is still correct. But for any question, henceforth, you can confidently say it is Brahman. It is consciousness. Thought is also nothing but consciousness only, no? There's don't have any doubt about it.
So when we say consciousness,
it is awareness.
Pure consciousness anta helಬಹುದಾ Purnima, or you have to say only consciousness?
Everything is pure indane ella barodu. So that is also correct answer. But all the manifest universe is reflected consciousness. Like she said, Chidabhasa. So that is right. So thought is also consciousness only. There is nothing more or nothing less. That is the basic ingredient of everything. Consciousness. The screen on which everything is played out. So thought is also from consciousness only it is coming. Okay. So Ramana says, you remove the I thought and you will go to the pure I. So for an enlightened master, he has removed the I thought. But still he has got thoughts. How does that happen? One is functioning, no? Enlightened masters are also functioning. Like
that is functional thought only, no, Purnima ji.
Functional thought. From where that come? Consciousness, of course.
Consciousness.
So it doesn't come from the filter of BMI. That filter is removed. So directly spontaneous action is happening. Like how the river flows, how the, trees grow. They don't have any filter only. Directly consciousness is acting spontaneously. Only we make some, intermediary arrangements and mess with it. That's why when the enlightened people, when they act, it is called as Satya Sankalpa. Correctly, whatever needs to be done will be done through them. Ishvara Sankalpa is getting done. Okay. What are we doing now? With 25. We will do 25. 25. Yes. Jyotirmayam Shashvatam. Actually, Jayashree, she has confessed she has not prepared or anything. Anyone can read and we can start manana on that. Veṣahānataḥ svātmadarśanam Īśadarśanaṃ svātmarūpataḥ. When the
Veṣahānataḥ svātmadarśanam Īśadarśanaṃ svātmarūpataḥ. When the various conditionings of body, mind, and identifications with name and form are shed, the self is realized. The vision of the Lord as self is true self-realization.
Yes. So, what is the body, mind, intellect? What is Ramana calling them? The name and form is being given a name by Ramana here.
Veṣahā.
Veṣahā. It's just a dress. We can easily draw parallels from the Gita. What does Krishna say in the Gita about the dress? Anyone can recall? Padmaja, Indra, Jayashree. Second chapter only it comes, Sankhya Yoga. Vesha. Dress.
Like in a drama, the person participates like various this thing characters.
Costume.
So when he removes the Vesha, he'll come back to his original this thing.
Correct.
So our body is a Vesha each and every time. It is a Vesha. I'll take the Vesha. So when I remove that, I'll come to the pure consciousness, svātmadarśanam, the pure eye.
Very good. How many layers this Vesha has? I'm wearing a banyan and then I'm wearing a shirt and then I'm wearing a jacket and then an overcoat. How many layers are my
Pancha koshas?
You mean Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, all the koshas?
Yes. 5 koshas.
6 sheets. We have 6 sheets.
5
Panchakosha.
5
Panchakoshas.
5 sheets we are wearing. 5. So in each when we change each Vesha, will all the koshas change?
We were transformed to another kosha. We go to another kosha. Automatically it betrayado.
Kosha means layer. Vesha. I'm talking of the Vesha has 5 koshas. So when we change and we wear another Vesha, will all the layers change? Satish was saying something.
No, it transforms, but we have always all the Panchakoshas.
Panchakoshas are always there. You can't say this is summer, I'll remove one kosha. You can't say. So all 5 are always there. Alva?
Yes, any change in one kosha is reflected on another kosha.
Okay, I don't know if Satish, what were you saying? Satish started to say something, then he stopped. What were you saying? Yeah? Will all the koshas change with the Vesha? Is what the question is.
Yeah, because the aura of that particular Vesha will start reflecting. So the koshas will also, the energy circle will change, Purnimaji.
We'll take one by one to understand easier. Now, the grossest kosha is Annamaya kosha, the outer look and feel of the person. Will that change?
Yeah, as we,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. Because maybe last life I was a man. Now I'm a woman. So definitely the grosser kosha, Annamaya, has changed. Pranamaya will change. Or is it the same for each and every living being on earth?
So the prana would be the energy layer, the breathing layer. So I think that will also change
How will it
because
change?
so if one gets weaker, right? There,
That is like that. But prana,
in breathing cycle.
there is no
Yeah,
shades of that prana, like how the gross body, because the subtle, prana is subtle, no?
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can say that prana.
So if he is not having any energy, no, it will reduce, right? I mean,
Okay.
so
What
through
about
the day also it changes. I don't know if I'm
correct?
referring to the
You are
same
right.
layer.
You are right. Okay. And what about Manonmaya and Vijnanamaya? Manas and Buddhi. Will that change?
I think every layer is changing, but to keep it constant, that's the reason we are into this satsang sadhana.
No,
So
no,
to
no.
maintain the
That is fine.
equilibrium.
That is fine. But from one
Okay.
janma to another janma, what all is changing is what I'm asking.
Okay. It will actually if it will get better. I mean, when we move from one life to another life, if we are elevating, it will get better.
Okay. What are
I
your
think
thoughts?
Manomaya, we carry with our subtle body some of the koshas.
Are
I
they?
think it is Manomaya kosha and Vijnanamaya kosha we carry with us.
Correct.
We drop a Pranamaya and Annamaya.
Ah, that is
We
what.
drop the
That
last two
clarity we should have.
koshas.
That clarity we
Yes.
should. What I carry from the previous Vesha is this, the Vasana baggage. The Vasana baggage will come. Along with that, the Vidya will come. What we are doing, Upadesa Sara, that knowledge will come. Vasana andre, you have some, you love to eat sweets. That will carry. Unless you drop it in this very lifetime, it will come with you next also. So those kind of things are carried over in the Pranamaya and Vijnanamaya. In the Manomaya and Vijnanamaya. Okay, Satish, you might change the outer body, but our
Yes.
inner instruments, they will get carried over to the next life also. That is why, like you said, the whole effort is to drop all the baggages right here and now.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
we either don't come back, or if we do come back, it's with a purer,
Better version. Okay.
better version, clean slate. So that is what it is. Anandamaya also, yes. Again, it is dependent on the manas only. Anandamaya, what gives you happiness? What what activities give you joy? That also is carried over from the previous Vesha. So here, what is Ramana saying? This is called the conditioning of body, mind, and identification with name and form. When everything is shed, self is realized. The vision of the Lord as a self is true self-realization. Īśadarśanaṃ. So what is being implied here? Vision of the Lord. See, all of us, what do you understand anything by this? Īśadarśanaṃ svātmarūpataḥ.
See, our Ramana Maharishi is saying that Veṣahānataḥ svātmadarśanam means when we drop that identification with Vesha, that is called svātmadarśanam.
Correct.
And that Ātmadarśanam is Īśadarśanaṃ.
No. Īśadarśanaṃ is Ātmadarśanam. Because Isha also has a name and form. No. Who is your favorite god, Anupama?
Shiva?
Does he have a name and form? If you do Aradhana of Shiva, he has Allah. That is Isha. He also has a name and form. But he is Atma only. But Atma is not Isha. Atma has no name and form. Like that.
Yes.
No? All our Aradhya Deva, whatever it is, once you have the Sakshatkara of that Aradhya Deva, then you will get Ātmadarśana also. It is what is being said here. So directly, if I cannot go to this Nirguna Brahman, go via Saguna Brahman. Easier method. Then the same Saguna Brahman will take you to Nirguna. The vision of the Lord as the self. So again and again you have to remember what Hanuman said. What Hanuman said is the most perfect way of realizing Atma in all the three states. Waking, meditative, sthula, sukshma and Atma. So when I'm in sthula deha, the Lord is, I'm the servant of the Lord. Karma is the method. Karma is the way for the physical body. Seva, karma, yoga. And then when I'm in sukshma, when I'm in meditative spirit, my Aradhya Deva is there. Īśadarśanaṃ can happen. And in complete samadhi, Ātmarūpataḥ. There is no difference between me and Isha. Very beautiful. Lovely. Yeah, and I also was asking, reflecting on what Lord Krishna has said in the Bhagavad Gita regarding this Vesha. In the second chapter, he says, Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Remember how we remove old clothes and wear new ones. That is how he describes rebirth. Death and birth, he describes like that. When Arjuna is worrying that he's going to kill everyone, I know my own relatives, he says, don't worry, they'll get another Vesha. They're just removing the old clothes and wearing new ones. That's what he says. Vasansi jirnani. Jirnani vasansi. Vasansi means clothes. Jirnani, old clothes. Just like dropping old clothes, one drops the body and takes on another body if they are not into Vedanta study circle. That's all. It's not for us. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have a doubt. Like each and every jiva has a prakriti and a purusha. So how will it change? Like the gross it is same only, no? Prakriti and
basic ingredients are same. Either you can make rasam, or you can make sambar, or you can make kuttu, or whatever it is. Basic ingredients, everything is same. Panchabhutas are the ingredients. No, Shaila. Panchabhutas are the ingredients. Your body is also made up of Panchabhutas, mine also made up of Panchabhutas. But still, genetics are there, so many things are there. Each fingerprint is not the same. The pattern on each leaf. Imagine how many leaves are there in the universe, in the world. They are different. That is how nature is like that. Beautiful. It gives variety. No?
So it is changing.
The name and form will change.
Okay.
Name and form is always changing, and it's a beautiful variety. That is called the Vibhuti of Ishvara. That is the Vibhuti, that's the glory of manifest universe. Everything is...
So we are saying that this Panchakoshas is changing.
Not everything. We just discussed, Annamaya Kosha is changing, name and form. And then in the subtle body, the Manas has got the vasanas of the previous. Antakarananali, memories are there, vasanas are there. That will carry on, no?
Yes.
And that prana is neutral, but prana is just a carrier. It will carry. But this manas and buddhi, they are very personalized. And that is what we are trying to drop here, the baggage. The gross body and the prana kosha, they are just carriers. Carriers for what? For the sukshma, that is manas and buddhi.
Okay.
That is what is making this life continuous. The karma cycle is kept going because of this manas and buddhi. Manonmaya and Vijnanamaya kosha, that is what is giving the continuity between lifetimes. Correct, no? See, sometime before, all of us have done this. We have come across a master, we have come across some teachings. That is why it has carried us to this this class together. We are all together because of a reason. There's something which is in common between us, which has brought us here. That's common sense also. Unless we have birds of a feather flock together. That is also there. But still nothing is accidental. If nothing is accidental, everything has a pattern, then something is continuous, no? You cannot cut it off. So, what else is there?
Ji, 25th, svātmarūpataḥ.
Ātmarupaḥ.
Īśadarśanaṃ, svātmarūpataḥ. Means Ātmadarśanam,
Satyadarśanaṃ.
is svātmarūpataḥ is
Brahman.
when Īśadarśanaṃ is seen as svātmarūpataḥ, that is Ātmadarśanam.
Correct.
Is that correct, Ji?
See, what is that shloka? Tell. Prabhuji keeps repeating.
Veṣahānataḥ
Prabhuji keeps repeating that shloka. No? Ātmadarśanam, Satyadarśanam,
Brahmadarśanam, Satyadarśanam.
So say that properly.
Ātmadarśanam, Brahmadarśanam, Satyadarśanam.
So when I realize myself, it is Brahmadarśanam only. Because there is no separate self apart from Brahman. Brahma self and myself are the same. It is the same consciousness in everything. No, Anupama. Is there any change? Has the self changed in me and you and in the ant and the elephant and the blue whale?
No.
No. So when I realize myself, my capital self, it is same as realizing Brahmadarśanam. Ātmadarśanam, Brahmadarśanam. That is Satyadarśanam. That's the only truth there is. Sat, Chit, Ananda. That's all. There is no difference.
That is what is referred to as Ātmarūpataḥ.
Ātmarūpataḥ.
Okay.
But from the Bhakti Marga, when you see Isha, your Ishtadevata, there is still a duality is there, no? But it's okay. In that Marga, duality is retained and then only the merging happens. Īśadarśanaṃ, it's enough. It will take you to svātmadarśanam. Svatma, the vision of the Lord as self is true self. Oh, you have to realize the Lord as your true self. That is true self-realization. I have told this joke any number of times about Ramana, or devotee of Ramana, who was a devotee of Vishnu. We have heard that joke, no, Anupama? Okay. This devotee of Vishnu, he was not happy with this, who am I, Atma Vichara Marga of Ramana. He went and challenged Ramana. There is only one God, that is Vishnu. I don't know about Atma, Evo, nothing. I don't know anything. Okay, Vishnu is there. So, Bhagavan said, okay, fine. Narayana is only there. There is nobody else. Then the fellow said, so will I go to Vaikunta after I die? Definitely you will go to Vaikunta, said Ramana. If your Ishtadevata is Narayana, definitely you will go to Vaikunta when you die. So he asked, that fellow asked, then when I see my Lord Narayana, what will he tell me? So Ramana said, he will tell you, go back to earth and find out who am I. Now you understand, Anupama. You cannot stop at Īśadarśanaṃ. That Īśadarśanaṃ has to convert to Ātmadarśanam. That same Isha will take you to Atma. There is no doubt about it. It is what Prabhuji or all the masters say.
Okay.
Duality also has to collapse. Because there is only one self. There is no two at all. So Īśadarśanaṃ has to convert to, you have to vision of the Lord, which has name and form, has to collapse. What happened with Ramakrishna? The name and form of Kali collapsed. Then he got the true self-realization. He was always an Ātmaඥāni, but for the sake of teaching, all this happened via Ramakrishna. So you remember Ramakrishna's example, and this is very clear. This shloka is very clear. Īśadarśanaṃ svātmarūpataḥ. Vision of the Lord as the self is true self-realization. So even that Isha name and form Vesha has to drop, is what is being said. Okay, na?
Okay, ji.
Shall we move to the next one? 1040.
Ātmasaṃsthitiḥ svātmadarśanam nirdvayādātmaniṣṭhatā. Same duality. Okay. Since the self is non-dual, establishing oneself in the self alone is the vision of the self. And that alone is abidance in the self.
What more can you say about this? Same thing has been said. Self is non-dual. We have to abide in the non-dual self. Indra, what have you to say about all this? You were supposed to talk, no? Anyway, share whatever your thoughts. Indira.
The duality has to collapse. That is what is being continuously told.
That's all.
That is the ultimate thing. There's nothing else. So we'll have to keep reminding ourselves, whatever it is, it's only the consciousness. Whatever we've learned, I think we've come to the, everything Gita and everything comes to that only.
Correct.
All the processes now, we are able to understand how it is. There's no more questions, not much questions arise.
Correct.
We are able to understand. Only thing now we'll have to focus on that thing. We should, self-realization has to be the thing for
Correct.
each of one of us.
Correct. So Ātma nirdvayāt. Self is non-dual. So that is abidance in the self has to be consistent and unchanging also. See, now once in a way we understand, oh, I'm Brahman and all. That is fine, intellectual understanding. But when that understanding becomes consistent and unchanging, that is called abidance. No? Abidance in the self has to be consistent. It is what this shloka is saying. It has to be consistent. And then Ātmasaṃsthitiḥ. Are we doing the same shloka? Yeah.
Yes, ji.
Yeah. So Ātmasaṃsthitiḥ also. That means what? Same thing. Ātma samsthiti and Ātmasaṃsthitiḥ has to be there. Constant, unchanging, unwavering abidance in the self. Which means what? One has to be in sahaja samadhi always. Sahaja samadhi. Not in some nirvikalpa samadhi or some other samadhi and all that. So this is the state of an enlightened master. Sahaja samadhi. Always aware. When I'm watching a movie, when we are watching a movie, am I always aware of the screen behind the movie, or do I get lost in the movie? If the movie is very entertaining,
We get lost sometimes. No?
We get lost. We get engaged in the action. I cry with the heroine. I cry with the dance with the hero. All that is happening. But after the movie is over, yes, I get up and go. That is not good enough. That is like same thing happens in the dream state also for us. We are dreaming. We are so involved in the dream. But when I wake up, it was a dream. No. During the dream, one has to be abiding in the self. During the movie, one has to be aware of the screen and the projector. That is called Ātmasaṃsthitiḥ and Ātmasaṃsthitiḥ. That is the condition over here. That is why it is so hard. Establishing in oneself, in the self alone. And that alone is abidance in the self. Very, very hard standards. No? Is it easy? Is it easy, people, to be always aware of the screen?
Not
It's
always.
easy to read, Purnimaji.
Please, the intellectual understanding is also good to start with. No, Padmaja?
I think nowadays it is much easier, Purnima, than before.
Correct.
You know, it is always going on, you know, irrespective of whatever.
How
One
nice.
or the other class, one or the other thing is always getting into this one. So this is hitting more than the other things.
Correct. That is the importance of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That is the importance. Very correct.
Saturday one class, Wednesday one class, one or the other class is always there.
Yes.
So this is going on there. Now,
Correct.
what is also happening is when you are part of this,
Hmm.
some or other way, even if you switch on the TV, I'll find something on these lines only, something coming up. You know, you're going on the road, some temple you're passing, you're hearing some sounds over there,
Very
some
good.
shloka over there.
Super.
So every time, you know, this is kind of, you know, somebody is guiding you. Okay, fine. This is be on the path. And the Ātmanisṭhatā is coming by
Very good.
nature, by default.
Lovely.
Yeah,
So there's
true.
no need to remind now kind of thing. Reminder e bekagilla ಈಗ. Every
Very
moment is a reminder.
wonderful, Padmaja. It's so beautiful to hear you say that. Very
Very
nice.
nice. Very
Very
nice.
Nice.
Actually, what you said is
Yeah.
That's
true.
how we
But
progress.
we don't, we kind of ignore that. We are not giving it much importance, like how Padmaja has given that, she has understood.
Observation. Good
Observation is
observation.
there.
And that also happens when we are little bit of, you know, maintain a little bit silence. Idhak munche we are always blabbering, chatting, or one or the other work. But now that once that silence has come into a thing,
Very
you
good.
can see a lot of other things outside and inside also.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
True.
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 Yeah.
Actually, we don't talk much nowadays. Like, unnecessary things we don't talk. Nothing goes in the background of the mind also. No, nothing unnecessary thoughts doesn't come.
Correct.
So all that, as Purnima said, most of the baggage has been dropped now.
Wonderful. Abba. What more you want? Yeah. It's superb. And so even if you're involved in something very much, but then when you come out of it, this realization also comes back to back. Isn't it? So when you're
Correct.
acting in the present, we are doing
Working a lot on our raga and dvesha also.
Yes.
Working a lot on it. Allalle cut madadu.
Wonderful. Adad hindindinane bandbiduttadu. It's coming behind only, no? It's following us. The thought, I thought is being chased by the pure self-thought.
So the best part of all this, I feel, Purnima, is a lot of clarity has come into life anta ansata ide.
Barta ide alla? Very good. Padmaja, thanks for articulating that for all of us. Otherwise, we go on telling ourselves we are fools only. We are not. We have come a long way.
Yes.
Beautiful. Very good. Wonderful. So what we'll do is we'll finish this manana, I think next week. We are done. Then we'll take up Prabhuji's one talk. I will just listen to a couple. I will know how long they are. Depending on that, we will take, we'll allot one shloka for each of us and we can do the manana along with Prabhuji's commentary. So it will be a revision.
Okay.
So, again, 27, 28, 29. 3 people can take or 6 people can take. 30 is the concluding one. That we can, all of us can take. So 27. Yaru?
I'll do it, Purnimaji.
Yeah. 28.
Purnima, when is the next class? Monday, na Wednesday?
Monday, Prabhuji just announced yesterday that he will take Jivan Mukti Viveka on Monday.
Okay.
So Tuesday, Monday.
I am okay with it. Tuesday is okay. At 10 o'clock we'll do it.
10 o'clock we'll do. That is one more thing, people. Request by many members to start the class at 10 only. So that
10
by
to 11,
11,
Okay.
10 to 11.
11:15 we can wind up, Anta. Is that okay, Indra?
Yes, Purnimaji. That's fine.
Anupama?
OSG.
Done. 10 o'clock regularly we will do. We'll have 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. If Monday Guruji has class, then on Tuesday, Atara. We'll have to titrate.
Why we can leave it on Tuesday only, no? Because once we fix it, no, then it's always kind of our calendar. We can always say Tuesday is this class. Other things we can reschedule. But what will happen is Monday, Tuesday, we'll also be in a confusion kind of thing.
Then on Tuesday, I will have children duty. There won't be any emergency. But if it is there, that day I have to run to school. It won't happen all the time.
So we'll leave it as Tuesday only. Whenever there is any such things, then we can just cater to that. Otherwise, we'll leave it as it is.
Okay, fine. Shall we do that then? Tuesday,
10 o'clock.
Yes, yes, Purnimaji.
11 Tuesday. Okay. Fine, let's do that.
Super.
Okay, done. So next Monday, Jeevan Mukti Viveka, I will share the link. Please all attend. Some more Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana will happen.
Yeah, what time it is? 11 o'clock, is it? Monday?
10 only. Always at 10 only he does.
Okay, 10 to 11. All right.
Okay, 27, she said Indra, 28, Anupama, 29, Shaila. Okay? We'll do 30, all of us. It's the concluding one. That's all. So after next week, we shall go for Prabhuji's talks and do Manana. I don't know why Rajini didn't come today. Okay, fine. Om Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityormam amrutam gamaya Om Shanti 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 Nanu Nanimbudu Nanalla Deha Manabuddhi Nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivanane Shivoham 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 Om Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Guru Charanarpanamastu